I'm here at the manufactured house in Jensen Beach, Beachside, getting ready to set up my sprayer, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to do a product review for you. So the sprayer that I have is the Grayco Magnum DX. I've owned this sprayer for, I would say, better than 15, 16 years now. I think I got it back in '01, maybe '02. At the time that I purchased this sprayer, it was the base model. It was only supposed to be for homeowners. I think it was rated at like 15 to 20 gallons a year. And I've put modestly 1,000 gallons of paint through this sprayer and have not had a single problem with it. If they're still building these things like they did 15 years ago, it's a damn good sprayer. And I can't say it's the best because I've never used another sprayer. This is the only sprayer I've ever had, but it works great for me. So let me just go over some of the features here. All right, of course, this is an electric one. They do make gas-powered ones. On and off switch on the side here for the power. We have pressure control knob, depending on what size tips you're using. This is where you attach your hose. On the side here, we've got prime and spray. When you're priming your pump, it's in the down position, draws the paint up through the intake hose, and then pushes it out through the primer exhaust. And then once it's primed, you switch it to spray, and it fills your hose up to your gun. You're ready to go. As far as parts that go with it, we've got an intake filter screen that screws onto the end of the hose there. I have a couple of different tips that I pretty much use on a regular basis. Now, this is the gun that came with the sprayer originally, so it's once again 15, 16 years old. It was a good gun. I used the hell out of it, but I had to take it apart a couple times and clean the bearing in there. It's a little ball bearing in there, it works like one of those little hamster cage water feeders. When you squeeze the trigger, it pushes that ball out of the way, and your paint comes through. But it got to the point where the last job I did with it was actually Mantilla Ave. It just was not performing as well as I'd like, so I went ahead, figured I better bite the bullet and get a new gun. This is the SG or GS2, $110 gun. I'm glad I spent the money on it because this is such a nice gun. It has, I guess, what you'd call a variable trigger on it. Yeah, that's the way I could describe it, because this one, the old one, it's just stop and go, stop and go. This one here, the harder you pull the trigger, the more paint you get out of it. So it's almost like a throttle. You pull a little bit and it's only a little bit of pressure, and then it opens up, and you get full spray out of it. Tips, keep 2 tips. I have a 211 for doing trim work and cutting in, and then I have a 313 for doing the main body. Now the first number 2, is the spray pattern size, and I don't know why they just don't put the full number on there, but what you have to do is take the 2, multiply it by 2, and it gives you a 4-inch pattern, and the 3 is a 6-inch pattern. The second number is the orifice size. That lets you know how much paint is going to be coming through the orifice on the inside. You can almost see it in there. There we go. I keep the 2 different tips with the orifice in them. That way, when I change, I don't have to pull the orifice out. It's already set up, ready to go. I just switch those out when I need to. An extension is 20-inch extension. I really don't use that much. Maybe if I've got like a 10-foot ceiling and I don't want to climb up and down 2 steps of ladders all day long. and I have two lengths of hose. I have a 3/8 ID and a 1/4 inch ID. Depending on the area that I'm working in, typically I have both hoses attached, and these once again are original hoses. They held up pretty good. There was like a plastic sheeting on the outside of this that wore off, but the hose itself, I've had no leaks. The joints where they screw to the machine and to the gun, no problems with them. You know, you don't torque this stuff down, you just do it nice and hand tight and then give it a little twist with the wrench. But all in all, it's been a real good machine, and the day that it breaks down, if I can't replace the pump in it, I will definitely spend the money on another one. So if you're looking at buying a Grayco airless sprayer, I recommend it. Like I said, I've never had the opportunity to use another one, or any brand I should say, but this one has been very, very good, and it's worth spending the money on. They're a little bit more expensive now than they were 15, 18 years ago, but you know, if you're getting into being a full-time painter, spend the money. The machine will pay for itself within the first couple of jobs, and you will be real happy with the results. So if there's any questions that you have that I may not have covered, you can always drop me a line in there, and you know, do me a favor and slide your finger down and hit that thumb button just so I know people are watching my videos. All right, thanks a lot.